Previously on RuneScape. Peace. So, last time we calculated the chances of getting most skilling pets from going 1 to 99 in their respective skills. If you want to know how all the maths behind all this stuff works, I'd recommend you watch that one first, as we explain it all there, and I'm not going to repeat it here. But one thing we did leave out was the Tangleroot, because he didn't quite fit into our simulator. So let me proudly introduce you to my brand new farming simulator. And if you want to use this for yourself, you can do, because I will be releasing it publicly at the end. Probably best to watch this first so you know how it works, but if you stick with me to the end, I'll show you how you can use this for yourself, if you are so inclined. Right, so when you start the program, you'll get a bunch of stuff. So we'll just go through the assumptions real quick. Obviously, I can't incorporate absolutely everything, so we have to do some cheats. So plants never die, they never get diseased, they always succeed. You always use ultra compost when it makes sense to do so. So anything that gets boosted yield, like allotments, herbs, you always use ultra compost. And anything that you can't pay to protect, like flowers or mushrooms, again, you use ultra composts for the lower chance of disease. But you never use ultra compost on anything else because it's assumed that you will be paying for the protection. Other than that, there's no other farming boost, so you don't get magic secretary boosts or anything like that. Right, so the first thing you have to do is you go up on your farming level. So I'm going to assume that we're going to try and do some sort of default 1 to 99 experience. So the first 15 levels or so, you would probably do via quests. So you get access to trees. So we start at level 15. And the first thing you're going to see is your current daily farm run. So each of these is a type of patch, and beside it will tell you what you have planted in that type of patch. So at the minute they're all empty because we haven't planted anything yet. After that, you'll see how much you harvest from each of those patches. So this is a set amount per patch. So in every allotment, you will get 10 harvests. So 10 watermelons, 10 cabbages, 10 potatoes, whatever. In herbs, you'll get 8 dorsals, 8 irrits. It doesn't matter. These are constant because even though we know the maths behind the farming system, the farming live system that tells you how much yield you get, we don't know the numbers because they're not public. They've never been released as far as I can tell. So there's no way for me to simulate exactly how many you're going to get. So they're constant, but you can change these if you want. Then you see your current farm level. So 15, like we said. We need 335 experience to get to the next level, and we haven't done any farming yet. So these are our options. So we first want to change our farm run. So 1, enter, and we have to choose which crop type we want to change. So each number tells you which button you have to press in order to change that type. So we want 4 because we want to change trees. So 4, enter. Next option, we want to change the crop type. Or we can press 2 if we want to just delete all of them and not plant anything anymore. So 1 to change. We have to choose a new crop. Same as before, we have to press 1 to do oak. This will only ever show you stuff that you have the farming level to grow. So once we get to level 30, it will show willow trees, for example. Now we have to choose how many of these we're going to harvest each day. The way the simulator works, you're always doing farming on a daily basis. That's just how I do my farming in real life. Well, in the game. That's how a lot of people do theirs. But if you wanted to simulate doing more than one farm run a day, you would just increase the number of patches. So if you were somehow going to do 2 tree runs a day, you could put in 12 to say all 6 patches twice a day. We're just going to do them all once a day, so let's do 6. So now we can see at the top here, our trees, we're going to harvest 6 oak trees a day. You have to always plant the same crop type in the same patch type. So if you're growing trees, they will all have to be the same type of tree. It's just a limitation of the way this is coded. Making it more than that is just way more complicated than it's worth. Okay, so now we've planted something. Now we want to actually do a farm run. So 3, enter, and it will go forward to the next day. So it's assumed that we went round, harvested all our crops, and then replanted them all again. And we gained 2,887 experience. Pretty good. So now we're level 21. We need 325.2 to get to level 22. We farmed for 1 day, and we had a total chance of 0.027 blah 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 % chance of getting the Tangleroot. This is the line this whole thing is for. We wanted to build a Tangleroot simulator, so we had to build a whole farming simulator to make that possible. You're welcome. So now we're level 21. The next thing we're going to unlock is apples at 27. So let's keep farming oaks until we get to 27. So do a farm run. We've now reached 25. So we need to do one more. We now farm for 3 days. We're level 28, so we can now grow apples at 27. So let's grow some apples. Fruit trees, number 5. Change the crop type. Apples. And again, there's 6 patches, so we'll just assume we'll do all 6. I know in reality you would probably start by doing fewer patches until you unlock more, but just for the simplicity, we're going to say we're going to do all 6 patches. So we can now see at the top, we are growing 6 oak trees, 6 apple trees. Our level is 28, so let's do a farm run. We're now level 34, so we can do bananas, so let's change that. So 1 to change, fruit trees are 5, change the crop type, bananas, and again, all 6. So now we're growing oak trees and banana trees. Do another farm run. We're now level 39. So there's 2 things we want to add. First, we want to change our farm run and add oranges. Change the crop type. Orange is 3. I am sorry if I'm going a bit too fast. It's just this is going to take quite a while to get through, and I don't want this video to take an hour. If I do something that doesn't make sense, do feel free to ask in the comments and stuff. I will try my best to answer any questions. But yeah, just trying to go as fast as possible because otherwise this video is going to be 3 hours long. Okay, so where were we? So we've got oak trees, fruit trees. We also want to add willows. I forgot about that. So let's do willows, 6 willows. But we also have the option to do our first special patch, which will be teak trees. So we want to... Hardwood trees are 13. The wraparound makes it a bit awkward, but 13 is what we want. Teak trees, we want to grow 3. So we're now growing willow trees, orange trees, and teak trees. Now, teak trees take, because they're a hardwood tree, I think take 4 days to grow. So when we do our farm run, you'll see at the top that our hardwood patch has not yet grown. It has 3 days left. So they take 4 days to grow. That was the first day. So now there's 3 days left. So we gained 24,000 from the other ones that we did harvest. When these 3 days are up, we will harvest the teak tree and we'll get experience from those. So we're level 44, so we can now add curry trees to the rotation. So let's change our farm run. Change our fruit trees. Change the type. Curry trees, 6. Do a farm run. 2 days left on that. Experience, 48. We can now also do maple trees, so let's change that. Maple trees, 45. Maple 6. Do a farm run. And there we go. So 30 experience to do. So yeah, it's still a terrible chance on the Tangleroot, which will be a running theme for this. So 52. We now can do pineapples, so we'll add that. When do we unlock mahoganies? Maybe 55. Yeah. For the purposes of this, we're just doing the ones that give the best experience. We're not interested in... So looking at the average pet chance for someone who just cares about getting 99 farming. So we're now growing maples, pineapples, and still teaks. So we'll now do another farm run. And you see the message for teak trees doesn't show up because we actually did harvest them. That's why we got 71,000 experience. We're now level 56. So we can do mahoganies. So let's change our farm run. Hardwoods were 13. Change the crop type. Add mahoganies. When's the next fruit tree? Pie is 57, so we can't do them yet. Do a farm run. Now we're level 58. So we can do papayas, so we'll do that. Change the farm run. Fruit trees. Papayas. 6 of them. Do a farm run. Level 61. So now we can do yew trees. We'll add those. 4, 1, 4, 6. There we go. So we're growing yew trees, papayas, and mahoganies. Do we have access to anything else? We're level 61, so I'm just checking here. Not yet. Actually, when do we unlock a sporry? 65, okay. So let's do another farm run. We're now up to 63. Our next fruit tree is at 68. Hesperia is 65, so we'll go until 65 for Hesperia. So do a farm run. Yeah, so now we're level 66. We can actually do Hesperia. So let's change our farm run. Hesperia is number 17. And obviously we can only grow one Hesperia. And we'll do a farm run. So just like with hardwoods, Hesperias take multiple days, so it has not yet grown. So tomorrow we will do our Hesperia. We're now level 67, still not high enough to do anything new, so we'll do another farm run. We've now reached level 69. We can now do palm trees. So let's add them into the mix. 6 patches, do a farm run. We're now level 70, which gives us not until 75, 72, yep, so we'll just keep going for now. 72, we can now do calquats, change the farm run. Calquats are 14, grow one of them, do a farm run. Calquats actually do grow once a day if you time it right, so you will see them be harvested every day. 118,000 experience today, nice. Now we need to go until we get to 75 to do magic trees. You can grow crystal trees with the simulator, but crystals, acorns aren't very common. It's unlikely you have one every day, so I'm not going to do them for the purposes of this simulator. So let's just keep going until we get to 75. That was quick. Change our farm run. Tree. Change the crop type. Change to magic. 6 total patches, and do another farm run. So as you can see, we keep farming, we keep changing the patches, keep getting the experience, keep leveling up, and this number very slowly is increasing. So even with all that farming so far, we've done 20 days of farming, we still have less than 3% chance of getting the Tangleroot. The Tangleroot is a rare pet. But let's keep going, because most of our experience is still ahead of us. So what's actually left? At 85 we will unlock Celestris, at 90 we'll unlock Redwoods, and at 81 we'll unlock Dragon Fruit. So Dragon Fruit's our next one at 81, so let's keep going to 81. Just going to skip forward this, there we go. 81. We want to now change. Fruit trees, Dragon Fruit 8. There are 6 patches, so we'll do them all. Do a farm run. Now we want to get to 85 for Celestris, which we now have. Change the farm run. Celestris is 15. Grow one of those every day. Do a farm run. We want the last thing to get to is 90 for Redwood, so we'll just keep farming until we get there. Sorry, my keyboard's really loud. Now we've reached 90. Change our farm run. Add Redwoods, which are 18. And of course, Redwoods take forever to grow, so you'll see at the top here, 4 days left. We're gaining a lot of experience now though, so all that's left is to get to 99, because all our patches are now maxed out. Magic trees, Dragon Fruit trees, Celestris trees, Calquats, Redwoods, Mahoganies, Hesperias as well. There's nothing else really worth growing at this point. All the rest is probably going to give you too little experience. So if you only care about experience, you'll just continue doing this until 99. So let's go all the way to 99. Might speed this part up. Nearly there, and there we go. Level 99 from basically all trees. It took us 71 days doing it this way, and our total final pet chance of a Tangleroot is 14.6%. That is abysmal. I guess that explains why it's such a rare pet. Anyway, I hope that all made sense and wasn't too boring to watch through. I promise this is more interesting to use if you have it yourself. Watching a command prompt with a bunch of text in it probably isn't the most fun thing in the world. Now that you know how it all works, we'll come back to the studio and we'll whiz through some other examples to get some pet chances for you. Herb runs! Everybody loves them. But how are they for pets? Well, assuming you have 99 farming and used all 9 patches each day to plant any herb, after one day you'd have a 0.009% chance to get a Tangleroot, or roughly 1 in 11,000. So it's like killing one metal dragon every day and hoping for a visage drop, only less likely. But let's keep at it. We do our runs for a whole week and now our chance becomes 0.065%, or 1 in 1538. So kind of like killing one Elder Chaos Druid every week and hoping for a robe top. Onwards to a month. After 30 days of farming, our Tangleroot chance becomes 0.28%, or 1 in 357, so about the rate of a Sarachnos Cudgel. Unless you mean, what the fuck is this Logjetics, like seriously? But that's not enough. Let's say we diligently do our herb runs every single damn day for a whole year. Will we get the pet by then? After 365 days of feverishly farming, our final chance becomes 3.37%, or 1 in 30. Oof! So, herbs suck for pets, we all knew that. So let's try and come up with a real strategy. We'll focus just on planting the crops with the highest chance at the pet, and we'll also only use seeds that are reasonable to have every day. So that looks like this. I'm using teak and apple seeds because they have the same pet chance as their higher level counterparts and the seeds are cheaper. If you care about the XP, feel free to use higher tier seeds. I've decided against wood trees for this, as the high tier seeds are rather expensive and the lower ones don't have very good drop chances on the pet, so I didn't really bother. So, assuming you plant this lot every day, your first day's drop chance is 0.26%. Hey, we'll take it. After your first week, this chance jumps up to a whopping 2.01%. Remember, of course, that not all patches get harvested every day due to their growing times. But we are finally getting somewhere, so let's do a month, which puts us up to 8.73%. Not great, but it's something. Of course, we're going to go all the way to a year, so just let me do that for you, and it's 67.3%. That's right. If all of you watching this right now diligently do this farm run every single day for a year, over a quarter of you still won't have the pet. Enjoy that knowledge. Okay, now let's go all out. Let's say money is no object, and you're willing to plant something in every single patch you reasonably can. You're now growing this monstrosity. Did you read it all? Okay, cool. Your pet chance after the first day is 0.4%. After a week, it's 2.96%. After a month, it's 12.46%. And after an insane year, it's 80.32%. So there is something to be said for going all out if you can. But you know what's really insane? You not being subscribed to this channel. But also, even after this mad year of farming, you would still need another 84 million experience to reach the 200 mil mark. One last thing before we go. A certain little top hat wearing Jad asked me to calculate the chance for a Tangle Boy from just doing Tithe Farm. And I'm not looking to get here for a 90 anytime soon, so of course I obliged. Assuming you do only Tithe Farm from level 34 to 99 and only deposit fruits in batches of 100, your overall journey will look something like this. And your final pet chance comes to 0.49%. Absolutely terrible. But there you have it, one Tangleroot simulator. If you want to use this for yourself, along with the simulator from the previous video, you now can, as I will be uploading them to my new GitLab shortly after this video goes live, and you can all mess about with them to your heart's content if that's what you're into. Please don't bully my bad code too much though. I may program for a living, but that doesn't mean I'm any good at it. For all the non-programmers out there, please do bear in mind that this is not a simple exe file you can just double click and run. You will need to have Python installed on your computer, and you will need to run this from the command line. If that sentence means nothing to you, don't worry, I will try my best to explain it in the instructions on GitLab. Also, just one more disclaimer, downloading and running random code from the internet does come with some real risks. If someone really wanted to, they could hide some really dodgy things in there to do basically anything they wanted to. Brick your computer, steal your passwords, hack into your Club Penguin account, anything. Now, I promise I haven't put anything nasty in there, but you shouldn't take my word for it. And if you are ever in any doubt, don't download it, it's not worth it. Alright? And with all that out of the way, that's all I've got for you today. So make sure you click the buttons to make the numbers go up, join the Discord if you want to ask questions about the program or help with future videos, and have a nice day. Peace!